Okay, more of this crap. Since you couldn't get enough the first time. Hey look, an emo. Well, you know what we do to emos. Yeah, we missed. I don't know any emo people in real life. I don't know very many people in real life in general. I'm very lonely. These ladders are actually quite difficult to get onto. Or maybe there's an incredible amount of lag that I'm dealing with. Maybe that's it. Or maybe I'm just plain old stupid. Yeah, that sounds more likely. Didn't I say that last episode? I need new material. Yeah. So, I was watching a thing recently. It was, that show that Matt Pat did for a while. Not his regular one, but it was like the debate style, and you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Anyway, I just find it kind of annoying, and it just comes off as rather phony and disingenuous. A lot of the facts weren't correct. It shows that they don't actually care about the things they're arguing about. It's just a bunch of stupid bullshit that they do to get attention. And I find that very annoying. Very, very annoying. What's Matt Pat doing lately anyway? Remember when he gave the Pope a copy of Undertale? Saying that out loud just really made me uncomfortable. Says, what is this? He doesn't understand technology, and then you give him something that's just straight out of Tumblr, I want to say. I doubt he ever actually played it. You think Matt Pat's ever gonna see this video? You think he's gonna see this Let's Play with one view? I seriously doubt it. Okay, making steady progress trying to climb these incredibly stubborn ladders. Just takes a little effort. So here's just a random thought that I had. Maybe I shouldn't say that on the channel. Let's say it anyway. So, I'm very conflicted about whether or not to tell this story. The internet doesn't need to know the thing that I was going to say. You don't know me. Okay, so you push him back, but he can't go any farther than the edge of the screen due to the technical limitations of the time. I'm trying to get that one underneath using the bats. I guess we don't have to do that. It's automatic. Heinz, it's automatic. Remember that? It was the ketchup bottle that tried to operate automatically and it just collapsed in a humorous fashion. What year was that? 2012? 2011? Somewhere in that window. I like the sunglasses on these guys. I feel like they didn't have to add that design-wise, but they did it anyway just for the sake of style. Makes it look much more interesting. God, I am getting just utterly clobbered right now. Too many things to dodge. Why didn't you dodge? You know that from DBZ Abridged? I don't watch DBZ Abridged. I only watch The Bachelor. That's my impression of you. Because you don't know the things that I... Anyway, so yeah, DBZ Abridged. It has a very odd production schedule. Sometimes new episodes come out regularly, sometimes they don't make any new ones for like 6 months. Kinda like what I'm doing here. Guess there's a bit of a similarity. I remember reading a thread in 2015 predicting when fucking DBZ Super would conclude. God, I'm just forgetting how to speak. Anyway, so they thought it would be done by 2018, and they had all this elaborate math behind it. They drew a trend line over a scatter plot of when all the episodes had come out. And they said, okay, we're gonna get to Super Boo by the end of 2018. And now it is October 29th, 2019 at the time of recording, and they haven't even started on regular old Boo yet. Sounds like they're gonna get to it eventually, though. Eventually! In 2020. Gosh, the year 2020 still just sounds like this far-off concept to me. Even though it's right around the corner. Probably won't be all that different from 2019. There is nothing to be afraid of. Okay, so we gotta start over because I'm no good at this game. Yeah, so what are emos into these days? That emo there reminded me of that. How do you think emos feel about Norm Macdonald? Where did that come from, you're probably wondering. I just got Norm Macdonald on the brain lately. Because of there's a thing I was reading online about him and just how funny he was, and he is pretty funny in his own odd way. It's kind of hard to describe the appeal, honestly. It's not like objectively funny where literally everything he says works, but there's something about like his mannerisms, I guess. It just kind of gives this, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, so I always liked that thing that he did for that YouTube awards show. I don't even know what he was doing there, to be quite honest. But they just had all these young hipster type people, and then for some reason they had Norm Macdonald there with the young hipsters, even though he's like 78 years old, and it just seems so out of place. And he was the only funny thing in that show. He was just trying his hardest to make the show work, but his unfunny co-host kept fighting him the whole time. There was that bit that he did about Hitler, and he was saying that, yeah, I'd go back in time to kill Hitler. I'm just worried that I'd fall under the spell of his fucking beautiful eyes and suddenly understand why he was so popular. It's funnier when he said it, obviously. It kind of goes without saying. Don't you just hate it when you get paired up with the wrong people in a creative project and they just try to sabotage you because their ideas all suck? That's happened with me before. Yeah, some people are just determined to live bland and mediocre lives filled with uneventful things. Where did that come from? Okay, did you see how the guy turned blue for a minute there? I was holding the button to charge the power-up so hard that I accidentally pushed the button to switch the color palette back. Ain't that interesting? These fish are very difficult to hit. In case you hadn't noticed. Just a passing thought, did you guys ever see Free Willy? I don't know what the hell I'm asking you for. Nobody watches this crap. At least I don't have this pretense anymore that eventually someone's gonna post something in the comments in response to me. That's how my old channel was. I'd say like, leave a comment, leave an answer in the comments, or blah 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 blah. And I was so excited to get comments and they just never came. But now I've got a jaded and more realistic look on this, on how this all works, and I realize that it's just me here. Me and only me. All Nixon, all the time. What did that have to do with anything? Guess I saw a documentary about Richard Nixon recently, so now I've just got Richard Nixon on the brain, on the mind, whatever. Anyway, we might do a third episode of this. I don't know. We'll see what kind of demand there is. I don't know why I even bothered to say that. There's no demand. Because nobody even watches this. I say that a lot. Okay, well, next up is Kingdom Hearts 1. Ooh.